Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been so long since I recorded any type of video, and you can see from the title, you know why. Let me just get to it. I found out I was pregnant in September 2017. It was a very, very hard pregnancy. That's why I didn't record anything, no updates, no I'm pregnant. Just from the beginning, it was hard. Morning sickness throughout my whole pregnancy, swollen through my whole pregnancy. I had a job that didn't let me sit down through my whole pregnancy. It was just a mess. I also found out when I was pregnant that my placenta was like, I don't really know how to describe it, but it was shifted, and it could have been a problem, so they kept an eye on that. So all that was hard. I also dealt with, when you get blood tests with blood work, I was told that I'm 1 out of 34. My child could have Down syndrome. Never knew. I never went through that with my first daughter, Skylar, so that kind of like shook me. But overall, the pregnancy was hard. But let's get to the main thing that took over my life outside of being sick and placenta issues and Down syndrome issues. One morning, I woke up and I was just really swollen. I was just so swollen. I felt horrible, but I had to go to work, so I got up and I was like, I'm just gonna go to work. I mean, I gotta tough it through. I don't know, maybe it's normal. But as soon as I went to work, because I have to be to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, my coworker, because there was only one coworker there and my boss, and my coworker looked at me and she was like, Felicia, you look like you need to go to the hospital. It look like something's wrong. And I was like, I feel horrible, but do I look horrible? And she was just like, yeah, you look horrible. And it didn't hurt my feelings because I felt like it, so it didn't even matter that I looked it. I was just like, man, that's how I'm feeling. She thought I should go to the hospital. I went to my boss, and my boss was like, yeah, I think you need to go to the hospital. You need to take care of yourself. Go see if you're okay. And so I went to the hospital. Since I was pregnant, they took me right away, and they took my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was off the charts. And what was crazy was that I had an appointment the next day, but I also had an appointment a week ago, and everything was fine. So between that week, something went wrong. I also didn't feel her move as much, which also scared me, but I wasn't sure about that either. So I just went to the hospital and they took my blood pressure. As soon as they took my blood pressure, they came back legit with 20 tubes for blood. And I'm just like, I don't do needles. I was just like, what is that for? Like, in the midst of them taking my blood, somebody ran down and said, oh, you need to rush her up to maternity. So I'm just like, what? So now I'm freaking out. I had to call Ronaldo, let him know that I'm on my way to the hospital. I need you to get over here. He was dropping Skylar off at the time, and I just needed him to rush. I need you to rush and get here because something is happening. So they rushed me up, and then they told me to put this gown on. And so I had to call my sisters. I had to call everybody. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. I'll let you know when I know. And so when my doctor, because they called my doctor right away, thank God she was working that day, she was like, yeah, Felicia, your body, she was like, your blood pressure is so high, you're about to have a stroke. I was like, wait, what? I was like, you just checked me. Nothing changed. What are you talking about? And she was like, yeah, so, we're going to flush you with some hardcore medicine and get that blood pressure down. And I was just like, oh, okay. So, but in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, they're going to get it down. They're going to put me on bed rest. I can't go back to work. I feel so bad. So that's when Ronaldo finally gets there, and he was like, I guess you staying here, girl. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm just staying here until they get it down. I'm coming home. He was like, no, they're keeping you here. I was like, what, overnight? I was like, oh, overnight? Okay, that's fine. But then my doctor came in, she was like, no, we keeping you here until it's time for you to have this baby. You know how long that is from now? I'm 29 weeks. You want me to stay in here 10 weeks? Like, I got a child. I got a man who works all the time. I need to be home. Somebody needs to take care of her. He can't miss work. I'm already missing work. What are you talking about? I need to go home. And she was just like, no, boo, you're not going home. You're staying because this is serious. Like, you could have a stroke. Your baby's in there. She's not really moving like that, but she's okay. We tested her. She's fine. But you have to stay here because, you know, we need to keep an eye on you. And I'm just like, oh my God. So now I'm stressed. So I had to stay in there. They needed to keep me in there till I was 34 weeks. And 35 weeks, I'm sorry. Because that's like the safe preemie zone. And I was on an all liquid diet. That ain't fun. Horrible. Especially when you're pregnant. Liquid diet? Like, what are you talking about? I need a burger. That's what I need. So if my dad and my sister was up here for Skylar's birthday. Her birthday is March 18th. So they came a couple days earlier just to, you know, celebrate with her because we were supposed to have a party. My mom and my other sisters wasn't gonna be able to make it, so it was fine. Literally 3 days later, my doctor comes in and says, Felicia, we're gonna have this baby. I just hit 30 weeks. And so now I'm freaking out. I'm like, why? She was like, we can't get your blood pressure together. You need to go ahead and have this baby because this baby is literally making you sick. And we can't, you know, we can't lose you and we don't want to lose her. So it's might as well just pull you guys apart and we do our thing and let you get better. So now call my whole family, let them know, hey, you guys, you know, I'm having a baby today. You know, surprise. This was on March 16th. Skylar birthday is March 18th. So that was really, that was just like crazy how that worked because she wasn't supposed to be born until May. It was definitely a scary experience. I never went through that before with my first child. As soon as the doctor pulled her out, it took one push because that's just how small she was. I didn't even feel her. I felt contractions, but I didn't like feel her come out. I didn't have time to get an epidural, so it was just like, it was all natural. The doctor put, you know, had her hand and showed me, and I legit bawled, straight tears because she was so little, and a rush of guilt of this is my fault rushed over me. Like, as soon as I saw her, it was just guilt. Like, this is my fault. You're the reason why you're in this predicament, and it's the most horrible feeling I've ever felt. But all the doctors, it was like so many doctors. All I saw was doctors and nurses and NICU doctors, NICU nurses. It was chaotic, and they had to put her in this plastic insert. I'm gonna insert a picture. She was beautiful, but she was so little. Sorry, you guys. That was my baby though, and I just needed her to be okay. Here she is. Dropping passies. Say hi, world. Say hi. She is definitely grown. If you can see from the previous pictures I just put up, she's big and she's 4 months. She was in NICU for a whole month of her life. I visited her every day, twice a day. It was hard. It was definitely hard. I wouldn't want any mother to go through that. Like, I met mothers there. I see many breakdowns. They see my breakdown. I honestly have to say those nurses became family to me, to us. Like, they made signs for her. They treated her like she was theirs, and I appreciate that because it sucks when you can only visit your child for an hour, 3 hours a day, basically, and you have to go home. Like, I had to go home because I had another daughter that needed me, and you know, I can't leave her, and kids wasn't allowed in the NICU, so I only got to bond with her for 3 hours. I felt like I felt like the nurses was more her family than I was at the moment, which was fine because, you know, I love them all and I know that they was taking care of her for me and making sure she was okay. But yeah, so this is Summer. This is Summer. She is 4 months, turning 5 months now. Doctors, since she is early, she was born at 30 weeks. Doctors go by her being 2 months because technically, you know, they go by the day that she would have been born. So birth weight wise and cognitive skills wise, they go by what a 2-month-old will be doing instead of a 4-month-old. So that's what they'll be doing for like the first year of her life. They said they usually girl, you trying to fly? They say usually like with premature babies, once they hit like a year, that's when they start to catch up. But I have hope for her. That won't even take that long. She has a sister who is way beyond her years, so I feel like she has a little more motivation to like try to catch up with her. But honestly, it doesn't matter. Like I don't really pay attention to that. As long as she is healthy, which she is, that's fine. We did have scares with her also. While in the NICU, she was pooping blood. I'm not sure if any mothers know that's been in the NICU. She started pooping blood and they didn't know why, so they had to revert her back to IVs and all that. But they found out that it was just nothing and they just thought it was like a hard poop because it didn't happen again. So they let her come home because she was gaining weight. She was eating through her mouth and not the tube anymore, breathing on her own perfect. And they just was like, hey, come get your child. And I was like, yes. I literally have Ronaldo preparing everything that night, even though we was not getting her till tomorrow. I was like, yeah, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. He was just like, this girl. One thing I did feel was I wasn't expecting to feel. It's like once I had her, I had the sudden fear of, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. Even though I had a child, but even though I have another child, I had a rush of fear of, oh my goodness, I need my nurses. Like, I can't. Like, you guys can't leave us. Don't leave her with me. Oh, she's looking at the camera. Say hi. Yeah, you guys. Thank you for listening. That was my story of why I disappeared. I ended up having a baby on you guys. But it was for good reasons, and I did want to film a little bit of us after we went, like while we was going through that process. But honestly, on a serious note, mentally I just wasn't there. This little girl rocked my world. That thinking of a camera was far, far, far from my mind. It was really far from my mind. But now I can, because we're home all day doing nothing, right? And you're healthy and a crybaby and other things. Are you gonna smile? No. She's so unbothered by this. But I definitely have more videos coming up pertaining to like having a premature daughter and also other things. But the struggles were real. Having a premature daughter is a real struggle. There's mothers out there that are going through way worse and did go through way worse. I'm definitely aware that my situation, my case wasn't as bad as other mothers. But at the end of the day, you know, it was still hard. And I just wanted to share, and I wanted her eventually to see this video to let her know like what I went through with her, just in case she decided, you know, to back talk me. I'm like, do you not see what I went through for you to bring you into this world? Relax. So, you know, yes, girl, when you decide to act grown, whip out this video. Look what I did for you. I'm gonna be one of those mothers. I'm gonna be one of those mothers. And she's gonna be like, Mom, you gonna show me the tape again? I'm like, yes, it was real. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm glad to introduce summer to the world, and I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Say subscribe. She could care less about this camera. Like, she cares less. She don't even know what's happening right now. Let's go bother your sister. Yeah, we're gonna go bother your sister. Yeah.